Attention dog owners, the U.S. Food and Drug Administration is issuing a strong warning. A common sweetener found in chewing gum and mints can kill or severely poison dogs. Wall Street Journal senior editor Mark Maremont has been following the story, and he joins us now. Hi, Mark. You first reported on a rise in accidental dog poisonings in November last year. What was the cause of that spike in poisonings?
Morning or noontime or whatever, Tanya. Basically, as we all know, people are very interested in having artificial, having less sugar in their diet. And about 10 years ago, this particular sweetener, which is named Xylitol, starts with an X, became much more popular. Food manufacturers are putting it in a number of items, including gums and mints. And it has fewer calories than regular sugar, and is well tolerated by people. But it turned out that the dogs are one of the species that it has a severe health impact of. And so dogs started, I'm a dog owner, and people who are dog owners know that dogs can't keep their paws off of things in the house, and they tend to get into your purse or things off the counter. They grab the whole pack of gum off the counter and they eat it, and in this case they get terribly sick. And there's been a 9 or 10-fold increase in xylitol poisoning cases reported to one of the popular pet poisoning helplines in the last 6 or 7 years. So it's been pretty severe.
And many of those dogs were actually dying?
Some dogs die. Most dogs end up not dying, either because they don't ingest enough of this or because they get proper health treatment in time. It can cost several $1,000s to treat a dog who's been severely poisoned with this substance.
Yeah, not to mention the distress. So now the FDA has officially issued a warning. What should pet owners know?
Well, pet owners, first of all, should know that this is in all kinds of foods. There are some popular gums, including Hershey's Icebreakers. There's a lot of xylitol. It's the main ingredient. There's some other mints that have xylitol as a main ingredient. So the first thing to do is to look at the packaging of the product that you're buying. And if xylitol is listed, or particularly listed as one of the first couple ingredients, it's probably quite dangerous to your pet, and not to have it in the house.
And Mark, it's also in some nut butters. Is that correct?
Yeah, no, that's some specialty peanut butter companies have been putting it in their peanut butter, but some dog owners use peanut butter as kind of a treat to give their dog medication or something, and can be extremely dangerous. And they don't realize that the xylitol is in the peanut butter. So again, the important thing is to check the labeling and keep it away from anything with xylitol, either out of the house or well away from your dog.
Is the xylitol in and of itself attractive to dogs? Do they like the way it tastes and the way it smells?
I think it just tastes sweet like anything else. My dog will eat virtually anything that's not nailed down. So I think
That's right. Well, Mark, finally, does this affect cats as well, or is this primarily an issue for dogs?
This does not apparently affect cats. It's not clear. Well, there's been very few or no reported cases. It's not clear. The FDA said it's because cats, quote, disdain sweets. So I think that may be one of the reasons why cats don't get caught up in this. It's also important for people to understand that this is not just foodstuffs. There's other items, including over-the-counter medications that xylitol is in. So be very, very careful. I mean, this is a very severe poison, about 100 times as toxic as milk chocolate. So it's pretty severe.
And by law, it must be labeled, correct?
It has to be labeled on the food items, but one of the criticisms that some of the veterinary groups have had is that it doesn't actually say how much xylitol is in a particular food. So, for example, the gums I was talking about before have over a gram of xylitol, which is a lot of xylitol. It's the main ingredient in some of the gums, whereas other products might have only a tiny amount, and it's very difficult for consumers to know.
Right.
So they're calling for more labeling.
Very important to keep that in mind. Mark, thank you so much for that.
Glad to be here, Tanya.